2 words, Revo Fitness. Here's a few more. Simple, 24/7, Reformer Pilates, body scanners, massage chairs, squat racks, free weights, pin and plate loaded equipment, no lock-in contracts, no bullshit. All of that and more from just $9.69 a week. That's surprisingly affordable. Join now at Revo Fitness Windsor Gardens or download the Revo Fitness app. RevoFitness.com.au or find the Revo Fitness app in the App Store.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne Snackbox.
Talking again before the end of the hour to our mate Jeff from Higgins Storm Chasers. Had him on earlier in the week. We'll catch up about the latest.
I'm looking forward to seeing what the latest tracking is suggesting as far as where it's going to cross. Although it appears that, and Jeff will be able to explain more, but the crossing is one thing, so obviously there'll be one place that gets specifically hit, but that from wherever it hits, the area to the south is also going to cop like a huge lashing as well. Winds, destructive rains. Obviously there's a high tide which hits at midnight tomorrow night.
See, now that's rather untimely.
And if that coincides with the cyclone crossing, that could cause mass erosion.
Because what have we got here? The time that they're expecting it to hit, I'm just looking on the monitor now. Are they saying 4 p.m.?
That's what it would look like.
It's what, Thursday? What?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 4 p.m. tomorrow.
4 p.m. tomorrow, it looks like when it's going to get...
And that's
kick off.
Looks like, is that right off Brisbane? That's the eye of it.
Redcliffe. Looks like Redcliffe is in the sharp trajectory, which means the Sunshine Coast gets off a little lighter. But yeah, for me, the concern is the big tide alongside the big swell, alongside with a lot of rain.
Like flooding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it seems like that'd be the massive concern, isn't it? Flooding.
The flooding.
Not just
like
the coast,
400 mil of rain. They're tipping up to 600 mil in a really short space of time. We spoke to the Lord Mayor yesterday about the dam situation and whether they're going to release the water before or they're going to wait until the rain starts. But hopefully they've got that covered. 155 kilometre-hour winds likely, may increase just enough to reach a Category 3.
Why, is it up to 155 now? It was 120 yesterday.
You know, I'm just reading straight off Higgins Storm Chaser here. This is what they're saying now.
Because we're talking to Jeff from Storm Chasers soon, aren't we?
It's currently a Category 2, but some intensification is possible right up until landfall.
There's certainly a degree of inevitability about it now, isn't there? Like the sport thing, I think, when it rocks home, they've made the call in NRL and AFL. Some blow-ups there, by the way. Interesting blow-ups too. I see Nikarima's partner saying, it's well done, NRL, taking my husband away. I think, is she pregnant? Or
I think she said she's pregnant and she's got they've got another child at home.
Yes.
And she's saying, this is just for a game of football. She
taking
blew
her husband
up.
away.
I know. Ash was saying it this morning, quoting her, and I'm like, I agree.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the important thing is and I think this could happen, is that Dolphins players, specifically in that case, will have be given the choice of not going. I reckon there'll be some players that won't play in that game. That will stay home with their partners.
Or wouldn't they just bring all their families with them?
Yeah, maybe that's the other option, I guess. Yeah. That's another.
Then
flights.
well.
There's no flights. I think flights have already started shutting down.
They'll have to at some stage.
Yeah. Well, I think they already have. I only came in last night from Hong Kong, and the Uber driver said there's already flights have been cancelled out of Brisbane because the airport won't be. If this is going to happen, nothing will be taken off.
Yeah.
No, and especially if there's going to be big puddles too all over the weekend.
Village Roadshow have shut their parks from today. I think from today through until Friday.
What's the go to schools?
Well, the Premier had made a comment about that they're going to stay open, but sort of keep your ears.
Yeah, I got an email from my kids' high school and primary school at about 4 and 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon saying, hey, look, tomorrow we're remaining open, but we're going to be monitoring it. So it's a day-by-day situation, which my kids are absolutely spewing about.
I'm going to text. I know, my kids are wishing on a Cat 5 because they want to be wiped out for a week so they get to stay at home. And they think they're going to be on their gadgets, but I'm like, if it gets any worse, kids, there won't be any power and there won't be any Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Well, have you done any planning around that? Like if
Jeremy,
without the power, I'm in a building. I don't know whether our if our power goes out there, I don't know whether our generator
will
that
kick
is in the building has enough power to power. I don't know.
How it works.
My mum's got a generator, and we've got a few battery packs for gadgets, like for phones and things, and a few torches. We found some old torches. We've got that. And then apparently you meant to have... I mean, I don't think it's going to be that bad, but I can't. We
Well,
don't
the way
know.
they're talking, though, is
I know.
there's inevitability around this being Armageddon.
And by the way,
After
they
floods that we had, it's fair to be really vigilant.
They're saying,
They have
tens
to
of
tell
thousands.
us what the worst case scenario
Yeah.
is, because they've got to give us as
Yes.
much chance as possible to
You'd rather that,
prepare
wouldn't you?
for it. Yeah.
And I don't have gas. Do you have gas cooking? We wouldn't
Yeah,
be
I
able
do.
to. Yeah,
What
we
does that
don't.
mean?
We've got well, we can't cook.
Oh, right.
We can't because we've got an electric hob. So we're like, oh gosh. So we opened one of our engagement presents from 2008, 8,
What is it?
which was a little like camper cooking thing.
Well, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Not a bad
We finally
idea.
opened it. That was like 20.
Shout out
well,
to the people that gave it
Yeah,
to
yeah.
them.
Thanks, Leah and Adam. We
Leah and
really
Adam
love your
really
present.
love
It will
it.
come in handy for one night only.
They haven't even regifted it. That's how pathetic they thought your present was. Yeah.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne Snack Box.
Let's talk to Jeff Higgins from Storm Chasers
Let's get straight
as we're
into
counting
it.
down to Cyclone Elf. Good morning, Jeff. What's the latest, mate? Where is Cyclone Elf at the moment, and how's the tracking?
Morning, guys. Well, it's sort of like the calm before the storm at the moment out here. Just looking out, and there's not a ripple on our dam out here at Warwick, so it's certainly got an eerie feel to it.
Right.
But it's at the moment is about 450 kilometres east of the Gold Coast, or Brisbane Gold Coast, and he is moving towards the west quite steadily now. So he's coming in towards the coast.
And what at the moment, looking at the map, it's looking like it's going to hit around the Redcliffe area. Is that like how locked in is that trajectory now?
It's highly confident, guys, and this is a real tricky bit, and it gets hard to explain to people, but I can. Every time the data updates, we're looking for any changes. So this updates every 6 hours, and there's a lot of it around the clock. So we're all looking for small changes in wobbles of movement as to where it's projected to cross the coast. At this stage, yes, between the Brisbane and the Gold Coast is where, let's say, around 80% of the data suggests that that's where it's going to cross.
Right.
We will get slight movement in that right up until landfall. The
Right.
data and the models will do the absolute best that they can, but obviously they're not pinpoint.
So
Not dead on.
wherever it crosses, Jeff,
Yep.
and say that the tracking is right and it does cross between Brisbane and the Gold Coast, is it accurate to say that south of that area is going to cop the worst of it, and that
Absolutely.
okay?
Yep,
Explain
absolutely. Now, yep, I will. Now we need to keep in mind we need to keep the Sunshine Coast in the warning in case the data's slightly out. Okay, so just the Sunshine Coast people, please stay fully prepared and on alert in case it does hit you directly as well. So just need to get down the road.
Yep.
So then from Brisbane south to the Gold Coast down to Yamba, because that location at the moment currently is where it's forecast to be on the southern side or the centre on the southern side, that is where the most strongest impacts are felt because it's the highest pressure gradients of the system. At the moment, likely to cross between, let's say, well, this is on the data spread, anywhere from, say, 3 p.m. Thursday afternoon to 8 a.m. Friday morning. We'll pick a midpoint. It's going to cross the coast Thursday night.
Well, if you take the midpoint of that, let's call that roughly midnight. That's when the high tide is due.
Did you have to say that? Yes, I know. That's true, and that's a huge concern for, say, Gold Coast, any foreshore from Brisbane, Moreton Bay, even Gold Coast, especially, and all that sort of stuff. There's going to be a lot of water pushed in from this system. Much, much higher tides than normal, so it'll flood some foreshore areas. And, of course, it's at night. It's not ideal with these things likely crossing at night because right in the most intense part of the storm and the cyclone, it's dark. You can't see anything. Bits and pieces flying around, tapping on your house, trees coming down potentially, that sort of stuff. So
Can you tell us
it's pretty scary.
the things we really shouldn't do when it hits? Like, what are the things you shouldn't do? Like, you shouldn't run out to the street and get in your car and drive. Like, what do you do and what shouldn't you do?
Yep. Okay, so importantly, there's a lot of focus, obviously, on the centre of the system where it's crossing. I did a post last night. I said, please don't focus on that because the warning area is broad and it's much earlier than that. So from tomorrow, Thursday, the weather will progressively get worse tomorrow.
So try and stay off the roads?
Yep. So I would have all preparations, all your little nicks and knacks and food shopping done tomorrow, today, sorry. By the close of business today, you need to be fully prepared. And I would avoid travel and being out and around from tomorrow, especially Thursday night, Friday morning. That's the first one. So, don't be out and about. Avoid travel. Stay home.
Yeah, stay home. Come on. Hey, Jeff, will there be will there be an eye of this cyclone, where you get hit, then it goes still for a while, and then the back half of it hits you?
Technically, yes. Not so much as a clear defined eye like in a much bigger cyclone, but there will be a real surge on that western and southern side, so around the wrap as it comes in. And then once it crosses, it'll weaken a bit, but there will be a bit of a calm area, as you would call it, in sort of that middle part. But again, I wouldn't be too complacent. It's going to get pretty wild and hectic. Now, I want to mention something. We are personally receiving a huge influx of concerned messages from elderly people.
Mm-hmm.
This was only raised to me last night by our team at Higgins Storm Tasting. They are scared. I'm going to put it straight out there. So if family members and friends and loved ones of elderly people, could you please reach out to them today and just make sure that they are okay, talk to them, make sure that they've got what they need, and just tell them to stay at home for the next 2 or 3 days, please. That would be great.
And maybe drag in some of their outdoor furniture and pots and plants. Yeah?
Yeah, give them something to do. Yeah. Go out, put your favourite pot plant inside.
Yes.
But have your shopping done today. We don't want the elderly out tomorrow and Friday. And then stay home and keep all the windows and doors shut. Now, there's a myth I want to bust here. A lot of people saying, open your windows on the downwind side. Okay, that's a myth. It needs to be stopped and advised again. You should have all of your windows and doors closed.
Right.
The whole time.
All right.
All right.
Oh, thanks for your coverage, Jeff. You've been great, mate. We'll stay in touch with you. Who knows? Probably get you on tomorrow morning if we can too and get the very latest as well.
Yeah, sounds good. I just want to mention the rain. Friday and Saturday on southeast coast in southeast Queensland is going to be pretty nasty with a lot of... After the system crosses, it pulls in a lot of moisture from the ocean. So you got your initial hit, then the moisture gets pulled in. So a lot of heavy rain and flooding on Friday into Saturday.
Okay.
There's no golf.
And then I think
no golf
Sunday,
this weekend, Jeff.
We should be starting to be getting good by Sunday.
All right, mate. No worries. Thank you, Jeff. We'll talk tomorrow.
Okay,
Thanks,
guys. No worries.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne Snack Box.
Even the surf at Noosa is going off at the moment. I've seen some footage.
Of all places. Yeah.
There's like perfect surf at the moment off the points.
I've never seen anything like it on the Gold Coast. I've never seen the power of that. Like it looks like it looks like Hawaii.
Yeah.
And it's like Rainbow Bay. It's coming right around those points, it looks like, past Greenmount all the way to Kira, like huge, big, long rides.
It's all-time surf.
Will was saying one of the kids at his school got intentionally suspended this week so he could go and surf down on the Gold Coast. So
yeah, I believe it.
Well,
this is what's going on.
Did you see Fanning? Mick Fanning?
Yeah, he got cut.
Yeah. So what was that? Did he bust up a board or did he just face plant?
It looks like it's hard to tell because what do you believe when what you see? But it looks like if he was on a wave and fell off in a barrel and must have hit his head on the surfboard.
Unless he headbutt a shark.
Well, he might have. But yeah, that was like. But But when they're showing that vision, it looks more like, you know what I mean? Like it's not off the point of. It looks like they're coming right through. It's like that's a family beach. It's Rainbow Bay.
Yeah, it's normally still water almost, isn't it?
Still, that's where you go take your kids.
You can surf the end of the Mooloolah River at the moment. That's just a bar crossing. That's where they're getting the best swell because boats aren't going anywhere. So that's where all the surfers have
But
hooked up.
and it looks like this. I was saying to you, when was I saying to you? I think it was off air, saying it's, I don't know who all these surfers are, but these perfect 10-barrel waves, like you just don't see that. Who are these
rides
dudes?
of a lifetime? Well, they're just average punters that have got the absolute best conditions that we've seen.
I just checked. I was there that day. It was 96 when Shane Beshan scored 3 perfect 10 rides in a WSL event at Kira, which was unprecedented. He got 3 perfect 10s, like 3 perfect barrel rides. But if you look at your Instagram over the last 2 or 3 days, I've just been swamped with every dude getting these. And we were joking about how Mick Fanning did like the
Namaste.
the pray Namaste. But if you watch closely, there's been 2. Everyone's doing that. It's almost like it's a cathartic kind of religious experience people are going through. And the second thing, I've been just because everyone's posting, because I know they can get some numbers on posting these things. You try and find a surfing video of someone getting a wave on the Gold Coast at the moment without someone using the F word. It's just every single video is like, man, that's filth, and you wait for it, effing sick. Every single one.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne Snackbox.
I'm smarter than I'm smarter than who?
The Brighton Answer deal is here, with one lucky person winning $100,000 off the price of their new home every month. Drop into your nearest Brighton display home today.
Oh, what a delightful description
What do you
they
got,
put up
buddy?
for Lisa out of South Brisbane.
What is
It says, Lisa, perky, very fun. That's not bad. It's a pretty good way to describe someone.
Perky.
I'll take it.
Hell yeah. What are you doing? What's going on?
What am I doing?
Yeah, you on your way to work?
Yeah, you.
Yes, my perky self, I'm on the way to work. Hopefully I'm on the way to win 1,700
Oh, there you go.
backers.
That's a
Come
segue
on.
and a half, isn't it?
I know the cyclone's coming, and there's just like an ominous feeling around, as it all starts to build. But if you could start your cyclone with $1,700, that's pretty good.
Have you been having a crack at this for a while, Lisa?
Yes, I've been trying for 10 years to get through.
10 years?
Wow.
10 years, yes.
God,
Come on, I want you to win then. Like,
Oh, thanks, so do I.
it'd be a good time to give away this $1,700 right on the eve of the cyclone. Someone's been trying 10 years. Did you have a special feeling this morning, like as it rang? Like, today's going to be the day? Anything like that?
I'm feeling calm, I'm feeling ready. Watch out, Nikki.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Good luck.
But it says that you work in air conditioning. Does that mean you actually just work in an air-conditioned office, or you work in the air conditioning business?
Air conditioning industry, so I just boss people around the workshop.
Right. So I don't know why I asked that now.
It was a fair question, though.
Because they work in air conditioning.
All right, let's go, Lisa. $1,700, 10 years of waiting. Let's hope it all pays off as I pre-read the questions. Here we go. 30 seconds on the clock and your time starts now. In the NATO phonetic alphabet, what word represents the letter K?
Kilo.
Which Jenner sister is Timothy Chalamet currently dating?
Kylie.
What is the main ingredient in hummus?
Chickpeas.
What is the name of King Arthur's sword?
Oh, don't know.
Spell asthma.
ASTHMA.
Stop the clock.
Oh,
You're going to be very hard.
Layer.
HMA.
You're going to be very hard to beat. She's going to get Excalibur, but
I know, what a bummer.
so I mean, but the only way she wins is going 5 from 5 here.
All right.
I think I don't even know the answers, but I think you're very strong.
Yeah, you've
Fingers crossed.
posted a competitive score.
You've got
question, Question 4 is going to be critical.
One finger in the pie already. I'm going to regret I've said that.
How long? Let's
Yeah,
forget that he
thanks,
said that disgusting comment there. And,
Why have you got a finger in a pie? We'll just tell your mum we ate it.
What sort of pie is it?
That doesn't matter.
how long?
Don't, Lisa,
3
don't.
seconds.
3 seconds.
3 seconds remaining.
3 seconds. And that's the other thing. On that question 4, whichever one, you chewed up the clock a bit there too. So anyway,
Yeah.
let's stop speculating. Let's find out. Bring in the gimp. This is...
Bring in the gift.
Who's it?
Bring in the gift. Bring in the gift. Yeah, 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 yeah.
You ready, Nikki?
Oh, yes.
Let's go. 30
Okay.
seconds on the clock. Your time starts now. In the NATO phonetic alphabet, what word represents the letter K?
Cato.
Which Jenner sister is Timothy Chalamet currently dating?
That's Kylie.
What is the main ingredient in hummus?
Chickpeas.
What was the name of King Arthur's sword?
Schlong.
Spell asthma.
ASTHMA.
Stop the clock. Double two, go.
I think so.
I was wrong. I thought you'd get that one right.
Right, his sword.
Yeah.
Oh, I've forgotten what his bloody sword's called.
I had you getting that right.
You've all got different names for your swords, and I can't keep up. Am I right? Who am I talking to? Lisa.
Yeah, Lisa.
Lisa's on board.
Perky Lisa.
Perky Lisa.
Yeah,
What?
Perky Lisa.
That's not. They're not offending you. Oh no, it says Perky. Very fun. Okay, there we go.
No, she's perky.
She's Perky.
And very fun. We're going to start
tell
from
you
the
what, I'll be
bottom and
taking
work
a
up
minute.
today.
Oh, from,
All right.
from the arse up. Okay.
Yep, we're going else up. Spell asthma. ASTHMA. You both got that.
All right, they always chuck an H in all these medical conditions, like diarrhea.
Why do they do that?
I can't-
Is there an H in diarrhea?
Was there a better example?
I'm
There's
pretty
probably a couple.
Yeah, I think there's an H in diarrhea. Is there an H?
Can we check that?
Yeah.
Can we check and see if there's an H in diarrhea, please?
There is
I
an
think there might
H.
have been two H's.
Two H's in diarrhea.
The double H, there can't be a double H. They can't hide two H's.
One at the start and one at the end.
Really? Can we get confirmation on that, please?
Diarrhea.
Can we get confirmation on that,
Diarrhea
please?
is DIA-RRHEA.
So two R's. That's where we got caught
Someone-
up.
Oh, I should have made that the question.
Two R's.
Oh, yeah, good thing it wasn't.
Two R's in diarrhea.
Why are we focusing on that? By
Yeah, let's
the way?
move on.
It's,
No.
it's,
You said from the
it's
arse
one
up
all.
and
It's
there we
one
are.
all.
Okay.
What was the name of King Arthur's sword?
Come on.
Nikki, you said
Got it out?
Shalong.
I've forgotten.
Lisa, I don't remember what you said.
I said, don't know.
You said don't know. Excalibur.
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 It's a shitty casino in Vegas.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Off the strip.
No, it's on the strip. It's, just,
Down the
It's
other
a
end.
strip club.
it's just dodgy. No,
What is the main ingredient in hummus?
Casino.
You both said chickpeas. Chickpeas is correct. It's 2-all. Which Jenner sister is Timothy Chalamet currently dating? I don't think I said the same name twice there when I was asking you guys
that's
the
all right.
questions. You both said Kylie. That's correct.
The rich one. The rest are all
Is she?
broken rubbish.
Yeah, right.
They're
I'm
on the
pretty
millionaires,
sure,
aren't they?
I
They're-
think she's the richest one. I think she's had the most amount of work done, but by golly, it's good
Yeah,
work.
she's rich. She's billionaire.
Okay, it's 3-all. And then in the NATO phonetic alphabet, what word represents the letter K? Nikki, you said
Cato, that was my German Shepherd's name.
Cato.
Close.
That's wrong.
Yeah, I figured.
Lisa, you said kilo. That's right. You're smarter than Nikki, and you've just won $1,700.
I don't know the
This was the moment, the greatest moment of
sisterhood.
The Ash, Lutzi, and Nikki Osborne Snackbox.
Lutzi, you were talking about how you think flights are going to be grounded. Is that what's happening? There's
Well, that's what my Uber driver told me last night, but that could be BS. But I
no
can't.
Uber drivers
Well, they're not
know
going to be able to
everything.
land.
I can't see how the airport's going to work if it's as bad as we're telling everyone it's going to be at the moment.
We don't want another Delta Airlines scenario where there's a
No, we
plane
do not
landing on
want
its
that.
head.
No, thank you.
No. Well, it just made me think
They'll be
that
cancelled for sure. They have to.
the amount of times that I've missed a flight for some reason or another, it reminded me of when we went to Europe in 2023. We were in the UK and it had been raining for 6 weeks straight, and we just went, stuff this, let's go to Greece. So we flew to Paxos, which is I think it's just off the Albanian coast, but it's still considered a Greek island. And anyway, we had a great time. Actually, no, we got COVID and Teddy actually redecorated
this sounds like the worst trip of all time. You were in England for 6 weeks and it rained every day for 6 weeks.
Yes.
And then someone got
sounds
diarrhea.
like the worst trip ever.
And we flew to Greece because we knew we'd be able to get accommodation because everything was on fire. Remember when all the islands were on fire because of the heat wave? And we're like, we'll be able to get a comm now. Let's just go.
So you're one of those families that jumps towards it.
Yeah, towards the flames.
Disaster.
Well, like we're Australians.
You're like the first responder of
They're like,
holiday
be
the
guide.
quiet.
accommodation
So we're
might
like,
be
hold
cheap
my
because
beer.
they've just had fires rip through the whole city.
Yeah, well, to be fair, yes, that was our thinking.
It'll be dry.
So it was for a bit, but then we got the biggest storm ever. But then we met all these people on the island, a whole bunch of expats, and we got on with them. We had parties with them and all of that. And then anyway, the day we were leaving, we're down at the harbour to catch our ferry to go and get a flight from Corfu, and they wouldn't let us board. No one was allowed to board this bloody ferry. And we didn't know what was going on because we don't speak Greek. And there was chaos. And then Jeremy's texted one of our mates who are they know everyone on the island. She said, something's gone down. And so they've grounded everyone on the island. Then all the feds start pulling up.
Oh, it was a crime,
on
was
the
it?
boat. What happened was we got a text from our friend going, oh, yeah, our other friends that we were at dinner with last night, you know how we left the restaurant? And we're like, yeah, in the main square. Yeah, just after you left, there was a mafia hit in front of the restaurant. And they had to they were first on scene. Yeah, we shot 5 times in the main square on this island. And they were dealing with all of that, but they hadn't caught the culprit yet. So they'd grounded the island. Anyway, Jeremy being Jeremy and refusing to miss a flight, he started haggling with all these dudes with their little rib boats, these little Greek guys with rib boats. And we ended up jumping on some tiny little blow-up thing with a guy called Christoph. Mm-hmm. And I had to hold all the suitcases down, and a big storm had come through too. So we're like fanging through these massive waves. My suitcases are bouncing up around my head. But anyway, we made it to the airport.
Got off.
We did just make our flight. But yeah.
I feel like the mafia hitman just quickly probably would have found a way to get off the island as well.
No, they got him. He was stupid.
Oh, what an idiot.
Yeah. He
Even you-
booked a
even you
com
got
with his
off.
credit card.
Come on.
Like,
That's
what?
not proper mafia stuff.
What a muppet.
What an
Yeah.
idiot.
I was going to do a phone to them, but I
No,
don't
where
know.
have you been a part of a mafia hit squad?
Yeah, that'd be a good one. Yeah. When did you break the law?
and you got away with it.
I'm sure you know some people.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne Snackbox.
2 words, Revo Fitness. Here's a few more. Simple, 24/7, Reformer Pilates, body scanners, massage chairs, squat racks, free weights, pin and plate loaded equipment, no lock-in contracts, no bullshit. All of that and more from just $9.69 a week. That's surprisingly affordable. Join now at Revo Fitness Windsor Gardens or download the Revo Fitness app, revofitness.com.au, or find the Revo Fitness app in the App Store.